Okay. Hi everyone, Jason here. Today we're talking about injury prevention and some of the conversations I have with patients about load management in particular. So when we talk about load management, we consider the body and the tissues in our body they all have a certain capacity, and then we then put a certain amount of load through it. So I always think about it like on a scale, and I put capacity on one side and load on the other. And generally injuries occur when we add too much load, okay? And the scale ends up looking like this, okay? So what we need to do in those people that come in with injuries, we need to often reduce their load a little bit, and we need to build up their capacity. We need to add strength and things like that. To manage that load to prevent injury, I often talk to people about trying to structure their load a little bit progressively throughout the weeks, and then have a kind of restful week or a deload week, we like to call it, probably once a month, once every 4 weeks. So if we would kind of draw it out, let's talk about runners, for example. I'd get people starting at, let's say, 10 kilometers per week, for argument's sake. I want you to build up by 5 or 10% over the course of 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, and then you probably have a deload week where we reduce the loads a little bit. What you can then do is build up week 6, a little bit more, week 7, a little bit more, week 8, a little bit more, and then maybe then you have another deload week. But all of a sudden, that deload week is much more than what you started with in the beginning. So this is how we slowly, progressively overload someone to try to prevent those sudden big spikes of load that can then cause this to happen. In terms of injury prevention, we want to increase the load slowly, okay, so that we don't get these problems occurring.